Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your great support always. Just do me a favor by supporting me in this video. Ensure you like the video. Thank you so much for that like, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the streets of Embakasi erupted into chaos early this Wednesday morning when a routine police patrol turned into a violent confrontation, leading, of course, to the arrest of the Kenya Defense Forces, KDF officers. So the incident has sparked fresh concerns over the escalating tension in between the Kenyan military and the Kenya police officers, a situation that has become increasingly volatile and no solution. But again, when I was just trying to understand what happened in Embakasi, we are being told that at approximately 1:30 a.m., officers from Kware police station were conducting a routine patrol in the pipeline area when they detained two individuals. And guess what? As the suspects were being transported to the station, now we are being told that an identified man suddenly leaped into the police vehicle and launched a violent attack on one of the officers. Of course, grabbing her by the neck, that is according to what we are being told, in attempt to strangle her. Maybe, I think the fight was not easy. Remember, they are fighting and these individuals arrested. We are being told they are KDF. Those who are arresting them are police officers ambao walikuwa on their routine patrolling. And so according to the OB report, how I've seen it, we are being told that in issuing strangling, the way when that unidentified man jumped into the police vehicle and strangled the woman, who is a police officer, two detained suspects joined the attacker, and so escalating the situation further, and so intense. And so the police officer, fighting for her life, reached for her firearm, leading to an accidental discharge. And when the police officer mwenye alikuwa anafinywa shingo alifikia bunduki yake, aliamua kuachilia. And so those who are fighting and struggling her sustained a gunshot wound to the right. While the officer was left with kind of bruises on her neck and torn clothing. Now there's a scenario here that came up now at the time that when they were fighting, the police officer had not identified that these individuals are KDF officers. So the story continues where we are being told that the wounded suspect was immediately taken to Mama Lucy Hospital for treatment. And so meanwhile, remember, upon arrival at the police station, the two detained individuals continued their aggressive behavior. And so, refusing to identify themselves, it was only after a tense standoff that they revealed their identities as KDF officers. But now, even producing a military ID belonging to the injured suspect. Remember, between police officers and military personnel, we are being told they are trying to raise several questions about, an early causes of these clashes. Remember, we had that fight in between the KDF and police officers in Mombasa and Kilifi. You saw what happened. Again, there was some part of Nairobi where KDF and police officer. So, of course, this situation of Embakasi, let me say, it is similar events that we've seen since April when KDF personnel were involved in a scuffle with the police officers at the Likoni ferry. I think you do remember, crossing in Mombasa. And so that altercation caught on the amateur video that even I remember I analyzed that video and I showed you in this video. Where armed soldiers and police officers had heated exchange, further fueling public concerns. Mwingine anapigwa kofi, mwingine karibu anafungua bunduki, and that is what happened. So the Embakasi incident now, as we are being told, it is under investigation by detectives. But this has reignited the debate over the relationship between Kenyan security forces. The KDF and National Police Service are both tasked with maintaining law and order, in our country. Yet, remember, these recent events suggest a growing rift that might and could have serious implications for national stability. That is what might be happening. And so as the investigation unfolds, as investigations unfolds, many are left questioning what led to the violent encounter and why KDF officers were involved in such altercations during what should have been routine police operation. And if then they could have identified themselves, I don't see any big deal there, creating all this matter of fight in between them. And so the increasing frequency of this, let me say, incident suggests that this is not an isolated problem, but part of broader issue that needs urgent attention from the highest level of government and military command. Because if this is going to continue, and this tension between the KDF and National Police Service is going to continue, and remember, it is not new. Remember, the public displays of hostility in recent months. And one thing that has brought the issue into sharper focus is that, remember, whether you find that police officer is feeling like they are on the right side, the KDF, they are also feeling like we should not identify ourselves. Some are even wamevaa raia, but in KDF, but the way maybe they are being handled, but they don't give, let me say, their identity card that shows that they are KDF, then this might cause fight, and long last, we might have our country whereby KDF are fighting police. Wakikutana tu ni vita. So inaweza geuka sasa ni vita kati ya KDF na police officers. So it was so sudden and shocking. And I think it has reached a time that the officials must react fast. Because again, on the other side, we're being told that the police officers sometimes are harsh. We've seen them even during the demonstration. Sometimes they act as if they don't follow the law, It's like some who are above the law. But again, some are defending KDF as those who are so respected and they are professional, But when you compare with the police officers, sometimes they behave not as if they do understand what they are doing. So the fight was so intense in Embakasi. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Bye bye till we meet in another video.